Hello and welcome to the Spa Marketing Made Easy podcast. I am Daniela Warner, and my intention for every single episode that we share is to provide inspiration and education for aesthetic professionals. Here at Ado Aesthetics, we believe in lifting women up and helping them gain the confidence to see just how incredible they are. We believe in operating businesses with a family-first approach because, yes, we love what we do and we're so blessed to get to do this incredible work, but family always comes first. And that's why I'm so excited to share this episode with you, because the relationship that I have with our guest today, it's actually evolved over the years. So she came into our world through Growth Factor. She was a Growth Factor student. I was actually the one who did her sales call, which was not normal. So we had a sales team in place. I'm not actually sure how her call ended up on my calendar. It was kind of one of those serendipitous moments. But anyway, the first thing that I thought, and I opened up that Zoom call, I saw her pop on and I thought, wow, this woman is so strikingly beautiful. And then after talking to her for a little bit, I was thinking, wow, she is smart and business savvy. She is the whole package and proof that you can be smart and pretty. So take that, anybody who doesn't believe you're smart enough just because you went to beauty school. Okay, I'm digressing. Anyway, Fatima was clearly an action taker inside of our program, and we even got to meet in person at a few different events, and our relationship really evolved into a friendship. So she's someone who I greatly respect for many reasons, and someone who I'm proud to announce is our newest partner inside of APA with her line 101. So inside of APA, we have this black book of discounts from brands that we believe in, and the oils that she's producing are absolutely phenomenal. We talk about this towards the end of the podcast, but the real reason that I wanted to have her on is for her to share her story, because I believe it's going to inspire you to know what is possible in this industry. And maybe, just maybe, it's going to make you dream a little bit bigger. Okay, so let me do a quick read of her bio, and then we can go ahead and play that interview. With over 15 years in the beauty industry, Fatima Rosa has been a driving force in Miami's beauty scene. In 2011, she played a pivotal role in launching Florida's first blow-dry bar. In 2014, she opened Face, Brow, and Beauty Bar, growing the brand into a premier beauty destination. Fatima has since exclusively focused on Face, Brow, and Beauty Bar and its continued expansion. Fatima is also a partner at 101 Cosmetics, a sustainable, water-free, and clean skincare brand that aligns with her passion for innovation and eco-conscious beauty solutions. Okay, this woman is a true powerhouse. She has a heart of gold. She's a mama. She's all the things. So I hope that you enjoy this interview with her. And again, I hope that you feel inspired to dream bigger. All right, Fatima, welcome to the Spa Marketing Made Easy podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. I feel like this has been a long time coming. We've been in each other's worlds for a while, and I'm so excited for you to share your story here on the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited. I'm happy to have grown to know you sort of organically through this program and meet amazing people along the way.
So let's talk about your journey in the aesthetics space. And I say aesthetics, I mean, it is still, you started with a blow dry bar. That still is in the beauty space, in the spa industry. It's just, you've kind of evolved and grown, and you take on these huge projects, which I love. Every time I talk to you, you're like, I'm doing another build out. I'm starting a new whatever. It's like there's always something new and exciting. So like the entrepreneurial drive inside of you is so strong, and that is so fun, and so it's exciting and so inspiring to be around. So tell us how you kind of started, right? And then how it evolved into where you're at now.
Okay. So when I moved to Florida 15 years ago, it definitely started from a place of business, from that entrepreneurial point where I love the business model of a blow dry bar. I wanted to move this was my move. This was combining something I thought I would enjoy, as well as getting to move to Miami and starting this concept. So it was a franchise, and it was the first one in Florida. So they didn't know what a blow dry bar was. We had to kind of work with the regulators to explain we don't cut, we don't color.
Did you have them in Canada before
Yes.
you moved? Okay, so you were familiar.
So I was a client, and
Okay.
this is how I started looking into, oh, they franchise. Okay, this is the model. This is, the details we're getting from the company. And then when I met with them, I looked at Toronto, but then when the move was the possibility, and using the business as the legal way of moving, everything was falling into place. Florida didn't have any. We were working on that with regulatory bodies to differentiate that a blow dry bar is not a full salon. And then it was a really cool and journey in that moment of itself. I was a little scared. I'm in a new city. I have no friends. I have no idea if this is going to work. And we put on the covers of the windows, and we started the build out. And then slowly I'd get a few emails like, let me know when you open. Can you put me on your wait list? This and that. And so it was like building that momentum. And when we opened, it was a hit. People were craving this type of fast casual beauty, as I was calling it. And we had like a thriving business district. So everything was falling into place. And it was fun. I really learned a lot through that business about beauty franchises, and just, a lot of things that you talk about, like the systems that they have in place, the formulas they use for even if it's just payment for different employees, ordering systems. And so learning those types of things that they had in place was probably the best thing for me at that time. I didn't realize. And then people started coming in. Hey, would love if you would add makeup on here. Who does your brows? How can I do this? Like, where's a good place to get a facial? And every now and then I would say, hey, I can do your makeup. I loved doing makeup. I would do makeup for friends and family back home, clean up their brows, do all the things that I liked to do, but never thought of as a career.
Mm-hmm.
And so a space became available. It was like 2014. And I decided, you know what, everyone keeps asking for these things. There's obviously a need. And I really like to do those. I don't really do hair. So I could be, involved in a different way. So fast forward, new concept. I tried to model it in a way that looked like a franchise. And we started offering all the aesthetic services. So it was truly, the brows, makeup, facials, everything non-medical.
Did you sell the blow dry bar, or did you run two businesses?
For a while, for about 4 years, I had both. And it worked really well. The proximity was such that, like, door to door, I could just funnel clients into the other. Hey, we're also doing this. These are the things you're asking for. And 2018 sold the blow dry bar, and had a little non-compete for a while. And now today I get to bring them back, which is so nice, because with these new build outs, I'm incorporating that to complete what I did before, complete the look and the feel of our all-encompassing beauty. So that was 2014. And
tell us about the build outs. Tell us about the build outs.
Oh my God, the amount of build outs I've done. This is like we're opening in a couple of weeks. This is going to be my 5th build out in Miami. And this build out in particular is different from the other ones, because this was a complete brand new space. Like when they say like an empty shell, like we've had what they would call a vanilla shell when they deliver it. You may or may not have a bathroom, but you probably have plumbing. You have an HVAC installed, like the AC is there, where this space we had nothing. So we've had to bring in the plumbing. We've had to bring in, oh my God, I've never seen like a 10-ton AC unit on the floor, like in real life next to me, before they like put it up. And this has been the toughest one, I will say, in terms of
I remember you talking to me and saying that your daughter said that you were like an architect or something, or that you're like a builder.
She's got a lot of jobs for me. It's really funny. It was just Mother's Day and you get the school thing built up. What my mommy does this, my mommy like
Yeah.
this. Right? So it's like, my mommy's job is, and she does eyebrows and paints nails. And it was like, yeah. But she tells her dad different stories about what I might be doing when I'm not here. And she's been coming kind of with me every now and then. So she's getting to experience. She's like, how can I work here? I'm like, you can fold towels. But she's always like, why are you building these things? Why are you doing construction? And so she sees that side too. She's been to the spaces when they're in the process of being built out, which is kind of cool as a mom being able to share that experience with her. And she's very proud of me. She'll tell people, like whoever we're FaceTiming, whoever we're talking to, do you know my mommy has all these salons now? And it's like very cute how proud she is. But the process, it's been intense in terms of, I learned that you need to install low voltage, because how are they going to bring in like cameras, POS systems, all of the things you take for granted when you just lease a space already done. So this is the most intense. But I will say, every time you're told that you get X amount of time for permits, and then this is how long the build out will take, and then this is how long inspections will take. I mean,
Double it.
add like 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10 months. Like this one too, because we started from such a raw space, has been a year in the making, and really ready for it to be open. But that's a whole nother project now. But I have had some heartache through the permit process. I've had some tough times, but it's.
What do you think has been your biggest lesson? Because it's also like going through any build out, operating any business. You've done this through COVID. You've done this through whatever is going on right now. And I love seeing, I was just at the Derma Concepts event, and I was around so many women, spa owners that were knocking it out of the park. They're bursting at the seams. And I feel like that's really important to continue to share. And you are doing really great, thriving in business. I want to share those stories because for a lot of people, they're in a shaky space.
Right.
And they're like, what's happening right now? Things are uncertain. And there are business owners out there that are knocking it out of the park. So I want everybody to know that, and to know that it's possible. And just because of the political or economic climate or whatever it may be, that doesn't mean that squishes your dreams. Can it be hard? Yeah, of course. But that's kind of what we signed up for when we said we're going to be crazy entrepreneurs.
Yes, that, I recently read something where I can't complain when my plate is full because I asked to eat, something along those lines. And it just hit me. I'm like, yes, that is so true, because this is what I wanted, whether I knew what I was signing up for. But the opposite is what, like having none of these things, right? Having none of that to look forward to. And I think that for me, you have your moments, your ups and downs, your like fears, and is this going to work? And am I doing the right thing? Is this the right location? All of that I feel like I've been through so many times, and it doesn't change necessarily, like maybe that roller coaster you go through, or those inner talk tracks, but you can manage them better. I think that sort of, if you had this idea in the first place and you believed in it, like there's a lot of things that can kind of push you back and try to throw you off. I have to remind myself, like, I've done it before, so I will do it again. And I keep reminding that part of myself. And, as the landscape changes in terms of how we are finding clients, how we're reaching people, it's not that it's easier, but there's so many people that you can bring in to help you with these things. So like, you don't have to be the one worrying about it. Like, you can start to delegate those things. That has been a game changer in itself. It's just letting people do those things. I am not the social media manager. I'm not the PR agent. I am definitely not an architect, but relying on these good people, having that good network of sort of.
You're the visionary. You're the visionary. You're the CEO of, this is what I want to create. How much?
The title itself too, I think, is when you keep telling yourself, right? I'm not an esthetician trying to build a business.
Yeah, that's such a huge identity piece to look at yourself as an entrepreneur and not, yeah, I'm an esthetician, but I'm an entrepreneur. That's like this other secondary piece.
Right.
How much of how much grit and mindset do you think contributes to your success versus strategy?
Was it 99-1? I think some days it feels like that. I actually always think of that as like the grit and the grace and how you're carrying yourself through the day. Like I don't need necessarily to show like, look how much I'm hustling or I'm doing this, but I need to lead with that grace because my staff are watching me and my family is watching me. And, they know the grind that happens, especially in these moments leading up to the build out, but kind of keeping that focus as we just said, I am the CEO, I'm building something, I'm building an empire, possible legacy, wherever that takes me. But this is me being in control of that. I have a good team. I have the right people in place. And if I see a gap, like I know that person can be found. That whole, even gratitude. And we talk about some things like when you're believing those things, changing your mindset. Sometimes I have to say, I get to do this. Mm-hmm. And then it just wakes
the language piece.
I get to do this. Like I get to do hard things. I am so lucky to be in a place where, yes, some things are going to cost financially and time and a little bit of hardship along the way. But it's such a, I don't know, that amazing feeling, like the last salon opening and walking in there and going like, wow, like I did this. Mm-hmm. I did this. I had the people who I need to thank that put me here along the way, but I did this. I've built this. I've given more people jobs. I have given, clients a new place to come to. We're building a beautiful space where people feel good. They relax. They enjoy themselves. They leave confident. I mean, even I tell my staff fairly often whenever we meet, whenever we need that whole mindset together, is like, we get to do this. And we're in such a place where sometimes I think about this, actually think about the nails we're painting today might be getting proposed to tonight or tomorrow. That glowy facial, she is getting ready for like a big moment in her life. Those brows are winning her next interview. She landed the job. Like I think some of those pieces and the moments, like clients will share.
Interconnected. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And really thinking about it on a deeper level. Yeah.
Because I know how I feel when I have a fresh blowout. I know how I feel when my skin looks good. I know how I feel when I'm put together, and whether it had an impact or not, right? I think like, oh, I'm going to perform better. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to behave better because I feel good. So we don't see that other side sometimes, but we know that they're going through it. They came to us for a reason. And so for me, like I think about the weddings we've got to, be a part of, whether it's engagement shoots, wedding days, the pre-wedding facials, those moments before, oh, it's my baby shower, or hey, guess what? Like they whisper, like I'm pregnant, mm-hmm. or I'm, I think he's going to propose today. And you just like, wow, like they trust me with this information. They're opening up, they're vulnerable because they've built that connection over just making them feel good.
And that's such a special thing about our industry that we get to experience.
Yes.
I love that. So, okay. Franchise to doing your own thing. Now you are moving into product line owner. And tell me, I want to hear this story. And I love this story when you shared it on the call the other day, because it's so like, I'm so focused on relationships. I believe in that so deeply, and especially in the way that the world is evolving.
Right.
AI is a thing. It's not going away. It is, greatly going to impact, already is greatly impacting the way that we do business, the way that we live our lives. And I think that human to human connection, those real relationships are just even more instrumental than they have been. But if you think of like, what's the guy? Do you call him Carnegie or Carnegie? What is
Carnegie. I call him Carnegie, but I don't
Carnegie? Okay, so Warren Buffett always talks about him and how he went to like the Carnegie School of whatever, and it was all relationships. It was all about connecting, building relationships, all of those types of things. They open doors.
Agreed.
And you were sharing, I know you're very connected in your community, and this new opportunity that you're clearly passionate about. I'm talking to you all the time. Every time I talk to you, we're talking about 101. And this came about. Well, you tell the story how it came about through this relationship.
So through meeting Gamal through you, I met a lot of founders through his program that have product-based businesses. And it was something where I thought like, I like clean products. We use a lot of organic products in our salon and facials and like spa. So that would be a great next step for me. I started ordering and playing around with products, formulas, thinking maybe I can like private label something. And that had been some journey, I think, for over a year and a half, 2 years almost. And then, we're getting DMs in our business account. I think one may have been forwarded to me, and it was someone reaching out, hey, I'd love for you to try my products. And I think that happened a few times. And then finally, someone had dropped off products. I didn't even touch them. It was this persistent thing. So this founder, Layla, had kept reaching out to me and saying, like, I'd love for you to try them. I'd love to schedule a call, get some feedback, follow up. And at some point I was in Canada and I thought, let me take her call. So we got on the phone. I told her we can chat for a few minutes. We ended up talking for an hour. Never met her. She just told me like about her background, how she got into this. She's a chemist and she's been trying to formulate products that are clean, waterless, organic. I mean, she's saying all the things, and I'm like, tell me more. She's like, well, I've left you a bunch of samples to try.
You're like, oh, sorry about that.
So I'm like, I promise, as soon as I get back, I'm going to find them. I'm going to try them and give you feedback. And what those products were at the time I tried, the oils is what I fell in love with. I mean, that was the hero product. This is everything that can be used in so many different ways, treatments. And I love multitasking products generally. And the way it was formulated, I'm like, how are you getting it to this place? And she's like, well, I'm a chemist. My mom's a pharmacist. We source everything in Morocco. And she's been trying to figure out this product line for years. So we talked about it. She wanted me to retail them in the salon. And I said, let me think on this. And I think that's when it just sat with me. I don't want to just retail these products. And there was a few tweaks that needed to be made. There were a few products then that, are completely different now, and kind of showing her like, here's what we've noticed has sold well. Here's what we know that clients really like. And how can we make cleaner, nicer versions of these things? And how we do that is by me coming on board. Mm-hmm. And she's like, this is my baby. I'm like, but we haven't done anything with it. I'm like, let me show you that we can elevate the brand. We can kind of work together, take it to another place, and have that opportunity for her work to have that recognition, for us to fine tune the formulas and really get the best products that are sort of the most impactful for clients, and through all the years that we've seen so many different faces. And so through a lot of that back and forth, we met a few times, we talked it through, we came to this place where what I could do for the brand, and how she can, back to herself, focus on actually formulating these products and working on ingredients. Whereas she was trying to get the word out there, trying to market, trying to see what would happen. And we kind of agreed that that was something that I could take over so that she could do what she does best. And then, you know,
Mhm.
kind of from there. But I would say like the amount of times she reached out and stayed persistent, it's not that I felt bad, but I thought like there's, you know, she really wants to connect, and couldn't believe that we spoke for an hour. And I almost felt like I knew something about her already, and we just connected so well. Like, we have to meet when I get back, and even that I felt like already connected to her. So it was a good
It's
meeting.
such an important lesson though, because so often you'll reach out to someone one time and you don't get a response, and we take that personally. We think there's something wrong with us. We think that, and in reality, I mean, you had no idea she even dropped off the samples because you're doing so many build outs, right? So, and
And that's like people, you know, I mean, it's not something that someone would have alerted me to either,
yeah.
you know, like, hey,
So,
there's something.
but it's one of those things that her persistence in something that she believed in deeply ultimately led to a beautiful relationship, a beautiful partnership, something that's going to serve people on a bigger level, something that can generate revenue for both of you, something that can create jobs in your community. I mean, there's so many wins that come out of clear conversation, relationship, and genuine connection, I think, because you can't just do this with someone that's a transactional relationship. It's got to be a genuine connection there. But I love the products. Is there a story behind the name?
I was going to share that you were saying that we're helping so many people just with this partnership, with bringing this brand to life. Of course, there's this local and then spread out impact. But so 101, specifically the name, is the vision for the amount of ingredients that will span across the line of clean, natural ingredients. You know, everything is waterless, fragrance free, but having that vision for the future of the line, because eventually we'd like to bring that same philosophy to hair care and other facial and body products. So that's the name. The logo is of a woman of the Amazigh tribe in Morocco.
Okay.
So a unique situation for Layla, my partner, is that she is her family is like a descendant of this tribe, so they have a connection, and all of our products are sourced through them. Where these women are they're the controllers of the economy, like they're responsible for that in their tribe, and when we're buying these ingredients directly from them, you know, this group in the Atlas Mountains, we're getting everything from the source and bringing those ingredients back in that like pure raw sense. So we get to support this group of women, we being, you know, a women owned company, and then getting to help so many other women and men as we go through. It's really feels like the story in itself is full circle for me, because the trickle back effect is so nice.
That's beautiful. So you guys, kind of the hero line are the oils
Yes.
that you're starting with. I did not know the 101 products. That's that's a big vision. But you have the oils right now. You have a cleanser and an essence, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Next up will be the exfoliator. So it'll be similar to the herbal oil, because we have the herbal and the flower. So right now we have the rose cream cleanser, the rose essence that follow along that flower scent, and essential oils. The herbal will have an exfoliator. And then the next after that will be a Moroccan clay mask.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I am so excited to announce that we just partnered with your company, 101, to be a new partner inside of APA. One of the great things inside of APA is having this big black book of discounts. So we do a lot of research with different companies that we believe in, that align with core values, that impact women and communities in ways that we believe in, just like this brand. That's such an important thing. And so for our APA members, head in there, go to the partner section, scroll through there. We've got a new special discount for anybody that wants to get their hands on these oils. I've been using them for 6 or 7 months now. I oil plain at home. I use them on my cuticles. I use them on my heels. So different areas, but it's on a probably 5 times a week. I am doing it. So, and it's lovely. Love the products. Love that they don't get goopy. For anybody that has bought a facial oil or a body oil or anything like that, and you realize after opening it and closing it so many times, or however you're using it, it just gets thicker and more goopy and not as elegant. This is just like the day that I first got it 7 months later. So love that.
Yeah, it's a pure argan base, so that will help it. And like you said, it's very stable. We found a couple of other ways that people are using it too. Beyond, like, you can use it in your hair. Since it's a dry oil, it feels really good without giving it weight. A couple of our husbands have stolen them and they're using it as beard oil.
Very good. I can see, especially with the herbal one.
Right. Yeah. More, I guess, masculine scent. A couple of people have said that they want to use it in the body. So they've been doing a few drops into their moisturizer for legs, arms. So there's so many ways, because it's dry, even on the feet, right? It doesn't give you slip, so you can walk around without fear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. Well, where can our listeners, if they want to get in touch with you, I know you've got like 3 different Instagrams. What are your Instagrams?
Sure. Well, to follow 101 and learn a little bit more about the product line and the journey and the ingredients behind it, it's at 101 Cosmetics on Instagram. And then for the salon spas, at Face Beauty Bar. And then if you want to follow me and all the chaos behind all the brands, at Fatima Rosa Beauty, fatima.rosa.beauty.
I think it's such an important thing to know. Well, I love knowing the woman behind the brand, right? Because we're all out here building our businesses, and seeing, the story of, like, what does it take? Who is the person? What is the drive? What is the grit? What is all of that stuff that goes into it? That is so motivating for me and so inspiring. And I just love being around a community of entrepreneurs in that way. So thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for partnering with us for these incredible products.
My pleasure and an honor to partner. I've met so many amazing people through APA and now Inner Circle, building these deeper connections. And even through the in-person, I feel like I've connected with so many women. And as you said, being around these entrepreneurs, we're like-minded in that way. We understand each other. Most of us have families and kids and other things we're juggling too. So it's not just something we get to full on focus. So I will say I have found mentorship in this group. I have found inspiration. So it's a nice full circle for me to be able to partner and get to surprise and delight a few of our members along the way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And I will catch you guys on the next episode.